Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Unprepared, but You're Going to Make It. So, before I get started, I wanted to tell everyone Happy New Year's. Hope you guys had a great New Year's, and I hope your 2020 is full of blessings, light, and love, and everything. So, with that being said, it is basically January 3rd, so it's basically obviously the third day of the new year. And a lot of times people have New Year's resolutions or anything, but it's the funniest thing about the new year. You don't know what the new year brings. And I know I was talking to a coworker recently, and we were talking about a situation, and she was like, are you prepared if the situation doesn't go the way that you think it's going to go? And for me at that moment, I was like, there's been a lot of things that have happened in my life that I wasn't prepared for, but God made a way. No matter what, whether you are prepared for what is to come or not, know that God's ways are not our ways, and that He has a plan for your life. And you may not see it while you're going through it, but it is for your good. I know when a couple years ago when I had to start over, I had no idea where my life was going to end up. I was driving back and forth from my apartment to my mom's place, so that's where me and Vaya were moving to. And I was listening to a gospel singer, Bree Babineau, and her song, My Everything. And in that song, she says, if I lost everything and didn't have anything, and you were the only thing, I would still have everything. And the thing about that is, even if you lost everything, because at that moment, I lost everything. Everything that I built, everything, just basically everything. And I was starting all over. I had no idea about where I was going, what I was going to do or whatever. I had a prospective job, but that was basically it. I was starting over and I had no idea, but God made a way. It was a hard time when I couldn't find an apartment, but God made a way. It was a hard time when I lost my job out of the blue, but God made a way. When my daughter was diagnosed with level 3 severe autism, I was unprepared, but God made a way. When I couldn't find a job after that, I was unprepared, but God made a way. So what I'm telling you is, no matter what you're going through, or whatever this year brings, whether it brings blessings, heartaches, or hardships, or even God just gives you everything above and beyond anything that you could ever imagine or think. You may be unprepared for where you're about to go, but know that no matter what you are faced with, God is going to make a way for you. Like I said, when I started over, I had no idea. There was no podcast at that time. It was, the business wasn't nowhere where it is right now. I wasn't even selling outside of Niagara Falls or even friends. But God made a way. He opened up doors that I didn't know was open. Even like I said, with the podcast and everything like that. And He showed me a different side of myself. I am not the same person that I used to be 2 years ago, and thank God that I'm not. And God pulled back the layers and everything and washed me off and cleaned me off. So I'm telling you, no matter what you're going through right now, don't give up. And you may not be prepared, you may not know what's about to happen or anything, but put all your faith, hope, and trust in God, and He will make a way for you. The problem is, a lot of times, and I know it's about myself, I just want to know everything. Tell me what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and where and what I should do or whatever. But that's not how God works. If He worked like that, then how, you know what I mean, how could you be prepared or whatever, or how would you even trust in him? There would be no reason to trust in him because you knew everything. But God puts us sometimes in positions where all we have is him. And it's for a reason. It strengthens us. It makes us stronger. I remember when I used to be on the floor crying, and I mean crying, or waking up early in the morning while Vale was asleep, and just so I can get a cry out or get some tears out the way, just to start my day. People didn't even realize how hard it was for me to actually go to work or do everything that I had to do, because I didn't show it. But even though I was unprepared for the hardship, the heartbreaks, or anything, God made a way. You might be going through a season right now. You don't know what's going to happen. Trust and believe in God that no matter, even though you can't see what's going on, know that he has a plan for you. Everything is going to work out for your good. You may not see it right now, and trust me, you might be somewhere and it might seem like it's a dark tunnel, but no matter what you're going through, God has you going through that for a specific purpose. Trust in him. Don't give up. Especially do not give up in the middle, because you never know what's going to happen. I remember, like I said, a lot of times I've been sitting there crying, and the next thing I know, God gives me an opportunity. So your life can change just that simple and just in an instant. But it won't change if you give up. So keep going. Even though you might feel like you're unprepared, just keep going. You never know what doors or avenues God will open for you. No matter what it looks like, you are going to make it. And you have to tell yourself that. Not just because it's the beginning of the year. You have to tell yourself, and you have to believe it and know it. Because God doesn't put more on you than you can bear. You can make it through this. Trust me, you can make it. There's a lot of things that I went through over these last 2 years that I was like, oh my goodness, like, you got to take this away from me, because this is some, okay. But at the end of the day, God didn't take it away from me, but I'm glad that he didn't, because at the end of the day, it showed me how strong I am, and that no matter what, with the help of God, I can make it through anything. And if I can make it, you can make it too, no matter how cliche that might sound. Trust me. If I actually told the real story, ciao. But in detail, you will get exactly what I'm talking about. But, protect the guilty, innocent, wherever, however you say it. But anyway, with that being said, just know, no matter what you're going through, you're going to make it. No matter how you might feel, you're going to make it. And with God, and because of God, you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. Until next time, bye.